Well then, Blues, it is here, the penultimate episode of the transfer target for January, the last one of the month, in fact. But don't worry, boys and girls, I have got a good one for you. Starting off with the Willy Won't-he move of the window. It is, of course, Isco. At the start of the window, he looked a dead cert to join. By the middle of the window, Real Madrid had appointed Zinedine Zidane. It looked like it was off. And now, in light of Kevin De Bruyne's injury on Wednesday night, the papers are predicting that City are going to move once again for Isco. The Spanish papers, they're saying that Real would let him go for just £25 million. And that is a bargain as far as I'm concerned. Arsenal are supposedly interested as well, but don't worry too much about that. Kevin De Bruyne is out injured. We expected Isco to be a deal for the summer in anticipation of Pep Guardiola's arrival. However, with Kevin De Bruyne out injured, Pellegrini wants to bring the former Malaga man into the club as a compensation. And for £25 million, I could definitely see having a good go here. Can we get a deal done before Monday's window? I'm not sure. It's going to be a tense couple of days. Lots of work to do. Lots of things to kind of iron out. Lots of I's to cross and T's to dot. I think not the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter. Isco is on the cards. Keep checking your phones because this story is going to develop hastily if it goes through, if there's any truth in it. Terrible news for Kelechi Iheanacho, who will have hoped to capitalise on De Bruyne's injury, get himself a more first-team football, but Isco could be back on. Watch this space. Moving on, but staying in Spain, the next name I've got for you is a name that we've seen through the window again, Aymeric Laporte, the 21-year-old Frenchman playing his trade in La Liga. Really looks like the business. One of the top players out there already, established himself as one of the best centre-backs in the league. Looks like he's got loads of potential. Now, City, we've been linked with centre-backs all the way through the window. Matt Miazga earlier in the week. John Stones is the name that has dominated the headlines. And with Stones looking like a 60, 65, maybe even more £1 million move, Aymeric Laporte has a €50 million release clause in his contract, as reported by the Spanish press, predominantly Marca, who are one of their biggest papers. €50 million, that's 38 million quid to you and me. It's a deal that we could see happen. It's much cheaper than John Stones. 38 million quid, although it's a hefty chunk of money, is pretty much the going rate for centre-halves that City seem to pay these days. So it is a fee that City can match. He is one of the top young players in the world, not only in his position, but just across the pitch as a whole. Paul and I actually ran a simulation on Football Manager of what would happen if City signed all of their targets throughout the window. Aymeric Laporte was one of the ones that we simulated, and his results were very interesting. Keep your eyes peeled for that video as it comes out in the next couple of days. Aymeric Laporte, could we see it happen? I want to hear from you. Laporte or Stones, who would you prefer to see in a City shirt, if either of them at all? Not sure this would be a move for January. Definitely one for the summer, but it looks like it could happen, especially with that release clause being discovered. The final story then, this one is on the outgoings, and this one is the surprise saga of the window. When will Patrick Roberts move to Celtic? This one looks like it's been all but confirmed for over a week. Expects it to go through any day. But there does seem to be a stumbling block. And the Daily Record, the Scottish paper, the Daily Record, they're saying that Patrick Roberts wants to go. City want him to go until the end of the season. But Celtic are insisting that City Lambs go not only until the end of the season, but until the end of next season. Now, I'm not really sure that's part of the plan. I think City wanted him to go, get some first-team football, build up his confidence, and then maybe blood him into this first team at City next season, or maybe play him at a higher level than Celtic. But Celtic, they're insistent they want him to the end of next season, and it's going to come down to the final minutes. Celtic seem to have forgotten that there's a whole host of Premier League clubs that wanted to sign Roberts. Sunderland, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth, Swansea, all linked with him. So we could definitely go and find a move for Patrick Roberts if Celtic don't play the way we want them to. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to throw it over to you. A couple of questions for you. Who would you want to see as Isco? Do you want to see him come to the club in replacement of De Bruyne? And can we bring him in before Monday? Either of those things. Do you want to see him and can we do it? And Aymeric Laporte or John Stones? Who would you prefer if either of those? Is there a third name you'd rather see? Let me know in the comments. Give it a thumbs up while you're there. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Have a cracking weekend, Blues. Alex on BlueMoonRisingTV.